Hi everyone, I am Charumati, Assistant Professor from KCS Kasinada College. Today we are going to see about Entrepreneurship Development and Overview, Unit 1. First, we see what is the contents. Meaning of an entrepreneur and entrepreneurship. Second, types of entrepreneurs, and then qualities of an entrepreneur, and then factors influencing entrepreneurship, and then functions of entrepreneurship. First, we go to the first slide, meaning of an entrepreneur and then entrepreneurship. Here, Richard Cantillon, an Irishman, he introduced the term entrepreneur. And really, the meaning of an entrepreneur is nothing but a person who sets up a business or businesses taking on financial risk in the hope of profit. And then there are a lot of views about the entrepreneur are broadly classified into three groups, namely risk bearer, organizer, and innovator. Now we are clear with the meaning and we move to the meaning of entrepreneurship. According to H. Cole, entrepreneurship is defined as the purposeful activity of an individual or a group of associated individuals undertaken to initiate, maintain, or earn profit by production and distribution of economic goods and services. It is nothing but an entrepreneurship is an ability and readiness to develop, organize, and run a business along with uncertainties in order to earn profit. Now we look up to the classifications of entrepreneurs. There are more number of classifications of entrepreneurs is here. First, we are going to see about the functional characteristics of an in the types of entrepreneur. According to the functional characteristic, there are more kind of subheadings there. First, we are going to see about the innovative entrepreneur. Is a person one who introduces new goods and new methods of production, etc. And then initiative. Imitative entrepreneur is a person who ready to adopt successful innovations inaugurated by innovative entrepreneurs. And then Fabian entrepreneur is a person who is very cautious about experimenting any change in the enterprise. And then drone entrepreneur is a person refuses to adopt opportunities to make changes in production. And then institutional entrepreneur is a person one who owns, operates, and controls a small enterprise. Next one is entrepreneur by inheritance, one who stands and then starts new venture in the same line of business traditionally carried out by their family for generations together. And then technical entrepreneur is a person who technically qualified and invented something new and commences his venture. And second classification is under the types of business. First one is business entrepreneur. He is a person one who conceive an idea for a new product or service and then create a business to materialize their idea into reality. And then trading entrepreneur is a person who undertakes trading activity and not the manufacturing work. And then industrial entrepreneur, one who identifies the potential needs of customers and tailors a product or service to meet the marketing needs. And then corporate entrepreneur, one who demonstrates his innovative skill in organizing and managing corporate undertaking. Next one is agricultural entrepreneur, one who only undertakes agricultural activities. And then retail entrepreneur is a person with such a business which sells products directly to the people who use or consume them. So he is a person who only uh, directly sells his product to the people who are consuming them. And then service entrepreneur. A service entrepreneur in his business he sells services rather than products. Social entrepreneur. They are take up social issues and social services to the needy people. And then third classification, development stage. Under that we have first generation entrepreneur. A first generation entrepreneur, one who starts an industrial unit by innovative skills. And then modern entrepreneur, one who undertakes those ventures which go well along with changing demand in the market. And the third one is classical entrepreneur. He is a person, one who is concerned with the customers and marketing needs through the development of the self-supporting ventures. And then fourth classification is technology. Under that we have technical entrepreneur, non-technical entrepreneur, and then professional entrepreneurs. First, technical entrepreneur. He develops improved quality of goods because of the craftsmanship. He concentrates more on production than marketing. And non-technical entrepreneur. They are not concerned with the technical aspects of the product in which they deal. Third one is professional entrepreneur. He is a person who is interested in starting a business but does not interest in managing or operating it once it's established. Next type is motivation. Under this classification we have pure entrepreneur, industrial entrepreneur, motivated entrepreneur, spontaneous entrepreneur. First we are go to the pure entrepreneur. He is a person who is motivated by psychological and economic rewards. Then industrial entrepreneur. He is essentially a manufacturer who identifies the potential needs of the customers. And then motivated entrepreneur. Motivated by desire for self-fulfillment and self-actualization. He himself motivated by desire for self-fulfillment and self-actualization. Next one is spontaneous entrepreneur. They are start business by natural talent. The next classification is behavior. Under this classification we have nascent entrepreneurs, novice, habitual, serial, portfolio. First one is nascent. An entrepreneur involved in this process of starting a venture from the conceptuality stage with a lot of zeal to carry it out more successfully than others. And then second type of entrepreneur is novice. Novice entrepreneurs, one who commences the venture without any prior experience and exposure. Habitual entrepreneurs, one who starts ventures on the back of his previous exposure. Is vice versa of novice entrepreneurs. He is not having any back of his previous exposures and experience and expertise. He is called as habitual entrepreneur. And then serial entrepreneurs, one who starts and runs a series of business ventures as a matter of routine is called serial entrepreneur. And then portfolio entrepreneur. A portfolio entrepreneur is the one who retains his core business and builds additional ventures related to the core venture. So he is known as a portfolio entrepreneur. Next classification is growth. We have growth entrepreneurs and then super growth entrepreneurs. First, we are going to see about the growth entrepreneurs. They necessarily take up with high growth industries. And then super growth entrepreneurs. They are entrepreneurs who shows enormous growth of performance in their ventures. And then next classification we have area wise classification. There we have urban entrepreneurs and then rural entrepreneurs. First we are going to see about the urban. Urban entrepreneurs who commences his business in urban areas like state capital, district headquarters, towns, municipal corporations, etc. And then next one is rural entrepreneurs. They start business in rural locations only. They are provided a lot of incentives to start their venture to check the rural people to urban areas. And then next classification is chosen path. Under that we have the copycat. On an entrepreneur who imitates an existing venture is termed as copycat. Next one is public relation officer type entrepreneurs. Is a person who starts venture by virtue of power by him in a particular segment is called public relation officer category. Next one is the idealist entrepreneur. An entrepreneur who starts venture driven by ideologies dear to him is idealist. Next one is the rationalist entrepreneur. The person one who commences a venture after deep analysis of various factors like economy, finance, market, competition and others is called a rationalist. The zealot entrepreneur is a person who dedicates his or her venture to contribute to social use. And then the soloist, the person who started a business by a single individual is known as a soloist. The entrepreneur who starts his business by his own. Example, consultant and then freelancers, etc. The next one is the accidental entrepreneurs. Those who start a venture just to capitalize the idea occurred by them. And then last one is the spin-off. An entrepreneur who discovers new idea during the course of carrying an existing venture and capitalizes it by sharing a new venture is termed as a spin-off. So now we are clear with the classification of entrepreneurs. Next we are going to see about the qualities of an entrepreneur. There we have many kind of qualities. Enterprise, self-confidence, feedbacks, flexibility, so on. So enterprise, so I look up into the enterprise. An entrepreneur needs to be enterprising enough to start a venture. The next one, self-confident. An entrepreneur should have a large measure of self-confidence in order to achieve high goals in the business. Feedback. He should make it a point to get feedback on his performance in various aspects. Flexibility. An entrepreneur should not stick to making decisions in a rigid fashion. You should be willing to change the decisions made already in the light of dynamics of environment. And then planning. An entrepreneur should have a clear vision of what he intends to do in his venture. For that, he required planning. And then motivation. Entrepreneurs have an urge to achieve a set of goals by pursuit of a venture. But even though he have a urge to achieve a set of goals, it should be necessary to have a motivation to become a successful entrepreneur. Foresight. Entrepreneurs should have foresight to visualize the future business environment. Analytical ability. They should not make decisions just on the basis of prejudgment or likes and dislikes. This is known as analytical ability. Communicative ability. Entrepreneurs should have good command over communicative ability. And the next is resource mobilization. Entrepreneurs should have the capability to mobilize all the inputs like man, money, materials, technology, market method, etc., which are scattered over a wide area to produce end product. Decision making. An entrepreneur has to take timely and correct decision with regard to nature and type of a product to be produced. Innovativeness or creativity. Innovativeness or creativity is a key point for the entrepreneur for his success. Vision. An entrepreneur should have a clear view of the purpose for which the very organization exists and what it intends to accomplish over a future period in a definite time frame. Next one is optimism. An entrepreneur should be an optimistic person. He should not be rattled by challenges, difficulties, discomforts, disappointments, and so on. Leadership. An entrepreneur should be able to influence his team members to contribute positively towards the goals established. Initiative. An entrepreneur should be the one who takes much needed initiative in starting the venture where the vacuum exists in the entrepreneurial landscape, or one who takes initiative in addressing the problem. Exploring opportunities. Entrepreneurs are supposed to be ever alert to the opportunities unfolding in an environment. Integrity and reliability. Integrity and reliability are the glue and fiber which inseparably bind together personal and business. Spirit of independence. Entrepreneurs are those who would like to be their own masters and make themselves accountable for their actions and decisions. Tolerance for ambiguity. Entrepreneurs, by their very nature of being achievement-oriented attitude, dare to encounter uncertainties caused by constant changes in environmental dynamics. They do not get rattled simply by any ambiguity or any unwanted situations. And then determination of commitment. Entrepreneurs do not get distracted by the obstacles faced and setbacks suffered by them during the course of entrepreneurial voyage. Perseverance. Entrepreneurs make stubborn efforts and constant endurance to accomplish the goals successfully. So now we are clear with the qualities of an entrepreneur. Next we are going to see about the factors influencing entrepreneurship. There are many kinds of factors which are influencing the entrepreneurship, like economic factors. If we take economic factors, we have capital, labor policy, infrastructure facilities, raw materials, market, availability of physical and economic resources, economic conditions, economic policies, trade policies, tariff policies, incentives. These are the so many factors which are affecting the entrepreneurship in the environmental factors. Next, we look up to the social factors. The norms and values practiced within a social cultural settings plays a pivotal role in the emergence of entrepreneurship. We have social factors like social mobility, security. If we look up to the social mobility, it means entrepreneurs moving from one place to another to pursue entrepreneurial ventures. Such as social mobility is crucial for entrepreneurial growth. And then security. A sense of security experienced by entrepreneurs strongly influences entrepreneurs, where the entrepreneurs are not fearful of losing their economic asset due to government takeover, or not fearful of being subjected to unnecessary sanctions imposed by governments. They may be favorably inclined towards entrepreneurship. Then we have psychological factors. We'll look up to the psychological factors. We have achievement motivation, where an individual would like to be independent and is bubbling with enthusiasm to do something remarkable in this society so that he can be remembered for his or her contribution. And then personality factors. In people tend to despise entrepreneurs. They are viewed negatively as exploiters, where the public opinion is hostile to private entrepreneurship. It invites state interference in the economy. In other words, it is difficult for the private entrepreneurs to survive successfully in a planned economy. And then technological factors. Countries where technological growth is abundant would tend to have higher level of entrepreneurial growth. New technology provides a great scope for them to exploit opportunities for commercial benefits. And then legal environment. Legal environment comprises like rules, regulations, and laws enacted under Indian constitutions. They are supposed to be generally consistent with the following acts, like a Factories Act, Shops and Establishment Act, Payment of Wages Act, Workman Compensation, the Employee State Insurance Act, Maternity Leave, Payment of Gratuity, Payment of Bonus, Payment of Pension Funds, Income Tax Act, and so on. And then educational factors. When we look up to the educational factors, there may be high level of entrepreneurship in a highly educated societies. And then political environment. Political environment has a lot of bearing on the growth of entrepreneurship. Political environment very much influences the entrepreneurship in the following ways: political instability, and then tax holidays, and then absence of corruption and bureaucratic delays motivate the entrepreneurs. Flexible labor laws prop up entrepreneurship like that. And then cultural factors. When we look up to the cultural factors, entrepreneurship is said to be a product of cultural practices obtaining in an environment by advocates of cultural theories. So now we are finished with the factors influencing entrepreneurship. Then we are moved to the last topic, functions of an entrepreneur. The first and foremost function of an entrepreneur is idea generation. Idea generation is the very important function of an entrepreneur. A person may conceive his own ideas or develop someone else's ideas. Ideas can be generated through several ways, like one's own experience and exposure of other entrepreneurs' vision, insight, observation, so on. The next function is determining business objectives. An entrepreneur has to develop business objectives in the backdrop of nature of business and type of business activity to be carried out. And then mobilization of funds. An entrepreneur has to prepare the proposed functional budgets and one master budget estimating the size of funds required for operations of its ventures. And then next function is promotional initiative. It is a more important function. Having decided the form of organization, entrepreneur has to take initial step to promote the organization. And then procurement of machines and materials. An entrepreneur has to determine the type of technology to be put in place in the venture. Then he has to locate the various sources of supply of machineries and equipments. Next one is product analysis. An entrepreneur has to set into the next phase of conducting product analysis and market analysis. And the next one is choice of form of enterprise. The selection of form of organization is the next logical setup. And the next function is hiring manpower. An entrepreneur has to assess the manpower needs of the enterprise by preparing HR budget, that is human resource budget. And the last function is project implementation. An entrepreneur has to implement the project in a fixed time frame. All the aforesaid functions need to be implemented within prefixed time schedule to avoid cost and time overrun. So now we are clear with the functions of an entrepreneur. Thank you.